So I'm back out here working on 2012 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid, and I was on YouTube the other day and I couldn't find any videos on changing the air conditioning compressor on a hybrid for one of these. There's lots of videos for the normal air conditioning compressor, but not for the hybrid. And I think the reason for that is because it's really easy, really straightforward. There's like, I mean, I'll show you down here. So this is it. It's a normal air conditioning compressor. It's a normal air conditioning compressor with an electric motor to turn it. So it's got no belts, which makes it a lot easier. As you can see over here is the high voltage connector. And over here is the control connector right here. So you just pop those two off. And then you got these bolts. You got 3 down here. And then you got 2 on the top side. These ones are 12 millimeters. And then you got these ones holding on the hoses. And these are 10 millimeters. So you got, all you need is a 12 millimeter socket and then a 10 millimeter socket. And you could do the job. So these wires just pop off. Let me show you how these are done. There's not really any trick to it. Make sure you take off the high voltage breaker in the back of the car by the battery. Before you touch this or mess with this at all. So I'm going to try and hold the camera. I'm going to try and get it to focus. I'm going to pull this yellow tab first. Yellow tab comes up. And then the orange wire wiggles off. There it goes. Yeah, so this is what the connector looks like. Got 2 pins on the outside with 2 pins on the inside. That goes right in here. Then we've got the control connector up here. This one just pinches and comes off right like that. Now I'm going to get these other bolts off and it should drop right down. So we've got the bolts off. I'm just going to pop the hoses off. There you go. That's one. Get a clean screwdriver. There's number 2. See, all the bolts are out, but it's sitting on this rail here. Sitting on this ledge, so that's pretty nice that it's supported that way. Let's just come down. That's perfect. Okay, this is the old one that I just took out, and this is the new one, or the newer one that I just got off of eBay. I know it's a little bit of a gamble, but we're gonna see if it's gonna work. This one came with the clips already on it. So I'm gonna pop these off. I'm gonna pop off these clips and then put it into place. Everyone says most compressors take 3 ounces of oil, but it's hard to tell with these because normally you can turn the crank and then the oil will come out. You know, you turn it upside down and then turn the crank and the oil comes out, but this has an electric motor, so you can't turn the crank. So it's gonna be a little bit of a gamble. I'm probably gonna put 2 ounces of oil and see how that works. But let me get these clips off and then we'll see it go into place. So we got the hoses on. This hose here. And we got the other hose up there. I'm gonna put these bolts in. As you can see, it's sitting supported on the shelf. We've also got the high voltage clip that has to go in. There it goes. Here to clip in, and then this locking yellow clip goes on. And then we've got the control clip up here. This one. That clip on. Looks good. I'm gonna get these tightened down. Okay, so I tried putting some Freon in the system and it all leaked right out. So I filled it up with this outlet here, and it looked like it all sprayed out right down here coming out of this hose. So this hose isn't supposed to be bent like that right there. It's supposed to be coming off straight here. So I think one of the guys that fixed or worked on my car bent it, and then it made it rub here, and then it got a hole in it. As you can see, the new one that I ordered is not bent. So I took the nut off there, and then I loosened this one here, loosen this nut here. And then this should pop right off, and then the new one should pop on. Yep, pops right off like that. This new one's gonna pop in place, and then I should be able to try again and try and get back in business. Try to pressurize it again. Try to pressurize it again and see if that holds. Let me get this out and then have a look at it. Compare the two. Yeah, so look at that. It's rubbing right there. And rubbing right there. And look at that. Looks like that's where the hole was. So as you can see, the replacement doesn't have that hole. They're both the same shape and size. So this new one should work a lot better. I already inspected the O-rings, and they look like they're in good shape. Got that nut finger tight, and I can tighten it down just from underneath the car. Get this seated right. Okay, so I got it all hooked up, it's all replaced. This hose is tightened down here and there, and I filled the low side. I put in 12 ounces of R34A, and I also put in the oil, so hopefully that'll keep it lubricated and keep it working all right. I ran the car for a little while and it seems to be getting cold. Like, I sat inside of it, of course, and it's getting cold, so I'm gonna test and see how cold it gets over the next few days and see if the pressure changes, and then if it needs it, I'll add more of the coolant. But overall it was a success, even with all the issues and the delays and things. So comment and let me know if you have any questions, if you have this hybrid system. Like I said, it's super easy, just a few bolts, a couple plugs, really quick. Easiest compressor swap I've ever done.